Hey guys, we got some encouragement here. You got to check this out. The Washington Post shows CEOs to Congress a lot more small businesses will fail without new aid. A letter signed by top executives Starbucks, Microsoft, IBM, and more than 100 other companies and trade groups stress the urgent need to act. They're talking about us, guys. They're talking about the small businesses and the loans and the grants that we're trying to get right now. They're saying without us, things are going to go really wrong. Things could go really south. So this is really big news for the small business owners. Big news for Bill S.4227. And a big bill for the minority Marco Rubio bill right now as well. So here we are, top executives of more than 100 companies, including Starbucks, Microsoft, and MasterCard, and trade groups are calling on Congress to backstop to support the small businesses facing economic calamity. A letter dated Monday addressed to congressional leaders of both parties, and executives painted a dire picture of mass businesses closures as coronavirus cases surge as the recession deepens. Let's read on here. The effort superheated. We got that. Let's scroll down. We cannot stress enough the urgent need to act. The letter states every day that passes comprehensive recovery program makes recovery more difficult. So there we are. They're talking about getting it done soon. And their sense of urgency right here, it comes up pretty good when you look at it right here. It says small businesses have been ravaged by, I'm going to read the green. Unlike large, well-capitalized companies that can withstand economic shocks by drawing on their cash reserves, many small businesses have little way of a safety net. They generate small profits, meaning their financial position is precarious even when the economy is strong. And if you go down a little further, it says 55% of 132,500 consumer-facing businesses had shuttered since the pandemic began and are now permanently closed. 55% of 132.5 thousand. 132 and a half. That's crazy. And then if you go down further, it says by Labor Day, business leaders project another wave of permanent business closures if the government does not provide a financial life raft. So this is a cry for help for us from the big wigs. Remember we put one up the other day with the GM and Chrysler getting up $80 billion in 2008. We were like, yeah, they got $80 billion, but I'm not hating on it. The $80 billion that we gave them was good. They needed it. I'm on the side of big business here. And when we jump on the side of big business and we're not slandering them and beating them down, they jump on the side of the small business. We've got to get, and we're together here. We're like, yeah, we support the big businesses. We know they need the money, and they know we need the money. And together, when we act as a unit, as a group, we can get this done. And it's so encouraging, everybody. I think we need to really, take a look at these big businesses that are doing it and say thank you very much, and back them up too, because they have families and they need to support them as well. So here we go, and we're going to go down a little bit further on this. And then they talk about the cascading effect that this could have on the loss of small businesses, which employ nearly half of all private sector workers and account for 44% of the nation's economic output. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. 44% of the nation's economic output come from small businesses. Smaller companies that depend on one another for parts and labor and technology. They face a greater strain. Neighboring businesses go under because one goes down, the next one goes down. It's just like this domino effect is what they're saying if it happens to the smaller companies. They're saying larger companies can survive operating on a limited capacity and borrowing money at rates that are close to zero. Okay, and thanks to emergency measures from the Federal Reserve, smaller businesses have far smaller financial cushion. So we get down further to the end of this, and we can see where they're talking about how important the small businesses are to them, to the economy. And up here it says the last week nearly 30 million workers lost $600 in enhanced employment benefit, meaning, hey, we can't afford to lose any more jobs, people. And if you go down further into the script, it says nearly half of the private sector workers are employed by small businesses. And that's what we're saying. We're trying to tell the government that, hey, this money that you're giving us, these grants and the loans, we're actually paying workers so that they don't have to collect that money. It's making fiscal sense to do this. And then if you go further, it's okay, after nearly half of the private sector workers are employed by small businesses, the signatures noted that, and then but the figure has fallen steadily as now more larger businesses are getting workers instead of the small ones. But that's all changing, and it might even trend towards the larger businesses now that the coronavirus has taken place. But here I want to shout out to Microsoft and Starbucks and MasterCard and IBM and Columbia Sportswear and National Restaurants and Associations of America. They were the top executives at the round table, and they were the ones that were Timothy Boyle, Satya Nadella, Kevin Johnson, and Ajay Banja and Jeannie Rometty of IBM. I want to thank you all. We all do from the small business owners sector. And we just want to say thank you for mentioning us at the round table. And we will consider that in the future when we're buying your products. We just appreciate it. And it's a great step. It's a great piece of news for us small business owners to say, hey, the big businesses are like us. They got our backs too. And I want them to know we have their backs too, as we're all in this together. And we're going to get through this together, and we're going to come out more prosperous than it even started. So here's a letter of a piece of encouragement for everybody out there that we are not alone, and we are going to get this thing done because everybody is jumping on board with us right now, and it's just an awesome sight to see. So thank you very much. God bless you all. Have a good night, and God bless America, or a good day. I think it's like 4 in the morning now, so I don't know. Anyway, thanks. Bye.